Sagittarius family, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your weekly energy. So welcome. I hope you're doing well. We just finished Mercury retrograde, thank goodness. We are still in the shadow period when I'm recording this, so maybe hammering out last details, ironing things out, making adjustments to whatever you navigated through. We also had a new moon in Taurus yesterday, which is an awesome energy because it really talks about us setting intention, planting seeds towards our abundance, right? Our financial success, stability, our material world, possessions, etc. So it's a great time to plant those seeds. You know, usually the moon's energy, you still have that effect up until 2.5 days later. So they say. But you can always set any intention at any time. So for you, Sagittarius, this is really tapping into, to me, the Bear and the Lenormand, especially this deck, it has a very spiritual energy, right? With that third eye, she's holding crystals. It's feminine intuition. Her eyes are like a seer, an oracle. So really connecting with that part of yourself. You are such an expansive sign. You love to grow and move beyond. And oftentimes you need your intuitive instincts in order to do that. You are at a crossroads, and it's not good, bad, right, or wrong. I think part of you needs to stop compartmentalizing it, judging it. You've been in this space before, and it's just about making decisions and choices. And a lot of that is coming out of your intuition, knowing what you need to close off and close the chapter to, etc. To me, this is like a very cyclical card with that infinity sign in the middle and the circular foliage, surrounding. It's about, nature and life cycles. Obviously, that's a crystallis, so it's like rebirth. Just as there are endings, so are there beginnings, and thus are the cycles of life. And this is about you stepping into that, masculine principle, So this is making decisions. It's but like I said, kind of from that intuitive space. I feel like the masculine principle for you right now is creating your sustenance, creating your stability, not being afraid to, kind of be selfish in that way right now. We need to be putting our focus, our attention on those things. And so it's carving out anything that you've been, just finding some resistance. Dominion in this deck, I believe. Yeah, so it's to me, it's everyone's standing their ground, holding their defenses. There's not harmony. There's not balance. Yeah, there's a lot of restriction in your environment. I think this is, so it's the sun in Sagittarius, sun and moon actually. So it's I feel like with the information you have about this situation, you have enough to know how to move forward. Like I said, you've been here before, even if it isn't with the same people or same situation. I feel like you've experienced this energy before. So tapping back into what that was at that time. And really kind of figuring out what are the different choices that you need to make. Because I do feel like lingering in the past or holding on to whatever you are closing out, bringing an end to, it is kind of preventing some of that movement forward or making it a little bit more arduous than it needs to be, a little bit just more annoying. Sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes we can't help it. It's the nature of the beast. Things pop up, whether we hear something about a communication or, whatever. through the grapevine, it can make it frustrating. But I think at the same time, you have a lot of pure potential in your environment. Oh my gosh, I love this. 2 aces and the Fool. So this is like really pursuing, you're in this phase, Sagittarius, of really pursuing your heart's desire, your heart's passion. And from a very like inspiring space, you know? It's through the love, like I said, the passion, the creativity, the sensuality you have. And it could go anywhere. That's what the Fool is saying. You could make it anything. And I feel like you are in these very beginning stages. Okay, so blocking, to me this is like, obviously 2 of Cups is partnership, relationship. Yeah, but there's something, okay. 3 aces popped up in your energy. Okay, yeah, so I do feel like there's someone in your environment that maybe you're not aware of that could actually like really help with this movement forward, or kind of like what you're building, what you're constructing. Whether it's someone who can bring your vision into the physical world. I think you need to listen to those instincts a little bit better. Maybe the past is still kind of clouding, fogging your energy. This is about finding that individual. Again, this has come, yeah, I feel like in the past you didn't really have a harmonious synergy with maybe a business partner, relationship, even friends, you know, community, whatever it may be for you. But there is it, and so I feel like you're a little bit raw from that still, but there still is this energy coming in of like, hey, I think like if we connected, if we work together, it could be like a really, really good thing. They're relying on their instincts, on their intuition. They don't want to be too, you know, force. I mean, it's funny. This is the Strength in the traditional tarot. This is the Thoth tarot. And in this deck, it's Lust. So again, that kind of very strong fire energy connection with this individual. So I feel like they're kind of trying to balance out, like, is this just chemistry? Is this just attraction? Is this kind of like a fly-by-night type thing? You know, or is this actually something that is grounded, that is more stable, that could actually work long term? Because there is a difference, right? We have short-term attractions to things, you know, that are very like pretty on the surface, alluring, right? But then when we find out, when we discover a little more information, it might not be exactly like what we're looking for. So I feel like this person is kind of lost in that energy of decision, you know, when they're not making one decision one way or another. I feel like this is also why you haven't necessarily connected with this person quite yet. Yeah, in the blocked energy, we have 4 of Pentacles, self-protection, 3 of Swords. So both parties are kind of coming from a time of a little bit of residual, like, this was really hurtful, this was painful, I don't really trust people yet, or still in that learning phase. Dealing with a lot of people who were short-sighted or only had like a certain amount to give. You know, Princess of Cups is very like, oh yeah, I like you. It's very superficial. That's what I should say. I don't have to go there. My little, well, I'm not an actress at all. All right. That was my other sister. Anywho. So moving forward, so interesting. I mean, I think that there is some change that's happening in your environment. Ooh, yeah, boom shakalaka, the lovers fell out. So there is this change happening in your environment that's going to naturally lead towards this person. And I feel like this is for both of you as individuals. You know, they will have that same process. To me, it's kind of like a divine encounter, you know, where you're meant, right place, right time, you're meant to connect with this individual. Excuse me. Yeah. with the Magician energy. So powerful. The Lovers, the Magician. This to me is very like power couple-esque, right? Regardless of whether this is love, romantic, partnership, friendship, just, you know, kind of having that kindred spirit. That's definitely what it vibes. And with the Magician, it's what you call in, and the Six of Wands. What a powerful energy, Sagittarius. So whatever work you're doing, it's paying off. Keep listening to your gut instincts. Keep trusting, using it as the guidance system for the choices that you make each step of the way. You know, if you are single and looking, this is new relationship coming in a very powerful way. If you're happy with your romantic partner, it also means that it can be like a revamp, a revival of long-term relationships, you know, or like I said, business partnership, community, friendship, right place, right time. So, you know, kind of really put your best foot forward anytime you go out. Make sure you look good, you know, you feel good, engage, act, like invest in people around you. Not that you have to be like, you know, like the life of the party all the time, but just, I feel like there's something to be had by putting that best foot forward. Yeah, really recognizing and understanding your self-worth. And sometimes we need to see ourselves through the eyes of other individuals. And this happens the best when we first meet people, right? Because I think everybody's trying to size people up, you know, like, who are you? What are you about? What do you have going on? Is it better than me? You know, like, I don't know. I mean, whatever. We all have our things, right? And so that's where it's like, regardless of what, you know, you're interacting with, knowing your worth, knowing your value, not letting other people, outside resources dictate that. And that's actually what's inviting in this really powerful partnership. I feel like you have to wake up to yourself, like how dope you are, Sagittarius, right? Really awaken to that power and let it come in, you know, like we're so afraid in the physical world. We get so limited by physical perspective, and it's not specifically the truth, right? Like, I think we're so expansive. I mean, the study of neuroscience is just like mind-blowing. The body's mind-blowing, right? Like, if we have all these intricate systems, don't you think that like our consciousness, our potential, like invites more in? And that's what we're in this age of, learning the expansion, the growth, tapping into those six senses in a more comfortable and stable way. To be determined. Yep, transformation. There you go, Sagittarius. I think this is a big step forward. I think this, you know, I mean, I love this energy. It's very, to me, again, it's very empowered. It's very heart-centered. It's also how you're communicating who you are, what you're projecting forward. You know, finding that synergy, that balance with those in your environment, and also like utilizing those principles of what is, you know, making you feel strong and empowered. And that's easier said than done, especially when we're coming from all this Wands energy of strife, restriction, conflict. You know, this is just a very intense time, but I think you know it's over and done with. I think just using that as your guidance and direction, Sagittarius, is gonna bring in this like dope ass individual for you. So, you know, hold the faith. This week, it looks like there's a lot of progress. So I'm very excited to hear where this manifests for you. Definitely drop comments below. Sending love and blessings to you always with whatever you're navigating. Big thumbs up if it resonated. Thank you so much for all the love and support to the channel. Have a fabulous day.